Hello everyone, I'm BeakerTeck, also known as Keegan, and welcome to Cities Skylines, where we are in a brand new map. So if you're wondering why you don't recognize this little interchange, it's because we're in a new land, we're in a new world, and it's time for a new season. So let's just zoom on out here, and you can see what it is we're dealing with. So this is the land that I have chosen. It's quite large. I have unlocked every single tile already, and I also have infinite money turned on. So everything's already unlocked, and money is infinite. So it's going to be quite a different Let's Play or Let's Build series than I've done before. I haven't really done an infinite money before, so very, very interested to see how this turns out. And I also want to try and play with distances and scale in this. I want to be able to get, a little suburbsy kind of area in here, just a little self-contained town. I had literally just booted up this map, so all of the pop-ups and notifications will be coming through because I am. Oops, that was the wrong one. I am a megalopolis. Despite having zero population, I'm a megalopolis, so everything is still sort of cycling through, saying you've unlocked this and this and this. So please bear with me as these pop up and I attempt to close them. But yeah, so a little self-contained town in here, and then a bigger city sort of thing up that populates up here, and then another one down here, like some proper. This is a massive map, right? Like, and I haven't even unlocked the whole lot. I could get the mod that gives me all of this space, but I think it's a little unnecessary. I would kind of like the island. I think having that island would be awesome, but it's not necessary. I mean, there's still a lot of space. So we can do. I think we can do a lot of cool stuff in this. Get some nice distance between things and have multiple cities, I guess, within this one city. And each one will be sort of a. We'll have a few small ones, a couple medium sized, and then I think ideally I would like one big sort of capital. Undecided where I want it, but I'm thinking somewhere in this space could be quite nice. This sort of shelf is quite cool, and I mean we could almost do, you know, excuse me, we could do a part up here. We could have sort of main CBD, the central business district, in here with an interchange off here, sort of a four-way interchange going in places. We'd have suburbs sort of moving into suburbs up here. We could have, which means another interchange. Lots of interchanges for big cities. Over here, maybe some more industrial kind of stuff, an industrial section for the city, and things like that. And that could, I think, this is going to be our sort of capital of the territories. So I have named this map, this area, this huge expansive land, the Golden Territories. So that's what we're going to be making. So this will be Golden Capital, or name still to be decided. Um, but yeah, so Golden Territories, and it's going to have multiple cities in there. And I thought for the very first episode, we could start with one of the smaller places. And I am going to run into some issues. I've already tried, well, I sort of had a play around on the map for a couple hours just off camera just to see. And one thing you'll notice if I get nice and close down to the ground is it's very bumpy. So this entire map, the creator says on the Steam page, is actually from, I think, 7 different real life terrain maps all stitched together, which means it's going to be very bumpy because real world is. I mean, look at this is crazy, right? But this is what the real world looks like, which means doing roads and doing building and all of that kind of stuff is actually it's actually relatively difficult. I have to be quite careful with it, otherwise I will get messy things. There's a lot of this kind of stuff where you bridge between the gaps and things like that. So luckily, I do have the terraforming tool available to me, and we will be making great use of that. And by the way, if you do want to download this map, there will be a link for that in the description box. And I'm just trying to pick a spot for my first little town. Now, this is quite a way away from the current highway. But I think making a little bit of an interchange here, this seems like it could split off, and we could make this quite a large interchange. I've got a huge selection of them now. So I've got one in mind, which is this one. And if we did something, I mean, we'd have to remove the ones that are already there. But if we put something like this in, which sort of matches the curve already, and I think gives us exactly what we want. So let's go ahead and bulldoze out all of that. Come in with this road, which sort of needs to go on there. That'll do. Always the hardest thing is deciding exactly where to place those. Aha. But we got there in the end. We always do. Let's go ahead and join up the left-hand traffic. Yes, I have got this on left-hand because, well, as I've said before, I live somewhere where it's left-hand traffic, and I think everyone can just agree that left-hand is far better. And if you disagree, please let me know why in the comments down below, because I think you're wrong. Great start to a video here. Just straight off telling my viewers that they're wrong. Love it. Slope too steep. Really? Go there. What? Road anarchy. Ah, I had the bloody propentry. Once again, I have forgotten to turn off the propentry anarchy. So let's go ahead and get this a little bit bigger and just clear out some of these trees. Don't worry, we will add more later. Fine. What we do need is for this to be a straight line from there to there. Now, why was that saying slope too steep? Because if I turn this off, you know, it's probably going to complain. Yeah, okay, anyway, we'll build it and question not why it was complaining. So, this technically is a three-way interchange, but I have just realized that this peels off in this direction, which is sort of the main connection at the moment, in a off-ramp, which is not really ideal, because most of our traffic is going to be using this line. So what we could do is we could upgrade it to 2-lane highway the whole way through, which does give them a bunch more room, though. Come on. Come on. Let's go ahead and bulldoze that section there, and we'll peel it off slightly earlier. Turn off snapping. That, and like that. Looks good. I think, yeah, 2-lane. We could almost do a 3-lane all the way through. That is a very sharp connection, and that needs fixing. But, hey, come on. How does that look? If we flip that round. If I was driving along, I could definitely make that. Yeah, that's something that I can do. So I like that. So let's go ahead and do that to all of this. We will bulldoze that connection there. And then going in this direction, we'll do the same thing. Bulldoze that connection and that connection. Bring this in. I like that, actually. No, I don't. I don't like it when it does that. Not at all. Is that gonna work? I think that could work. If I... Actually, what I want to do, I want to bulldoze that one. and start curving this. Or, yep, that's a little better. And then, where else do we need it? We need it at this end. So, you're driving along, and you're now no longer driving along. That's fine. An off-road anarchy. Straight line. Ah, disappointing. Straight line to there, and a straight line. Oops. Curve. Can I do it from back here? Really? Okay, well, we'll go this way then. It's not gonna snap, is it? Okay, let's bulldoze this road. Who knew that the very first interchange was gonna be so difficult? That works beautifully. Okay, I like it. I like it a lot. So this one is going this way, but first we need to get our... Ah. Ha 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 ha. Let's pull this back just a little bit. And what I want to do actually is get the terraforming tool. Oh, it is in here. Bring the brush size down to roughly the size of these roads. We need them a little bit bigger than the road. We can do something like that, I think. And then what I want to do is level the terrain off to this height. Exactly through this hill. You then raise up. Yes, but that's fine. And then we'll do the same here. Get the soften terrain tool. 62 is the number I have to remember. Soften that out just a little bit. Lovely. Soften that out just a little bit. And then we can bring our highway connections straight. Like so. Merge and merge. That's fine. And then this one here, I want to come out by 12 meters, snapping on. Actually, snapping on, snapping off. What I kind of want to do is do straight line with... What I want to do is try and get parallel. So I'm going to straight line that. Straight line back, bulldoze... bulldoze all of that. Upgrade this. What a mission. Upgrade this to highway, and then connect bulldoze this one, grab the highway with a curve tool, curve down to sort of there, and then this is going to have to go off in a straight line, and then I want to get rid of as much of it as I can, so I've got flat ground to work with. Bring this sort of out. No, we want to go here. Yes, there, page up. Go away. 12 units there, and there. Lovely. Flip everything around. So we're all going in the right direction. A little bit of a ramp, which looks nice. Take our curve and... Why are you facing the wrong way? Oh, this whole thing's actually going the wrong way. This is meant to go this way. Like so. Which means I'm going to need to terraform this whole section out. Like so. And bring the highway off here. which is nice. I saw blue. Hey, hey. Here we go. Perfect. Round, and a bit of a curve. That. Quite a nice connection, actually. And in fact, I'm just going to go ahead and redo this whole one here. So I want to bring this down, around, and in. I think that just looks just a little bit neater. Yeah, I think that works. Let's let the simulation run on full speed. And while we're doing that, what I'm going to do is show you that I have Demand Master by Kagami? Not sure. We're going to set these all to be 100. Fix those. No, pause the game. Fix those values to 100. And get rid of that. So they are now going to be locked to that level, which is great. And then what I want to do actually is just bring this back up on this side. Oops. There we go. And I want a little bit weaker. And by a little bit, I mean a lot weaker. And just sort of moosh. Moosh is a good word, but moosh this around a little bit. Like that. And then flatten it out. Just so that the road can get through. And we have this. And we can, bridge over this with something else. We could maybe bring the train tracks over there. But I think just adds a little bit to the landscape, which I like. So now, of course, all we have to do is bring these all the way down. So this is going this way. So let's go ahead, bring this snap to 180. Where do we want to cross over? Let's cross over here. And we'll look. Prop and tree anarchy off, please. It's going to be a common recurring theme, I believe. And go ahead, drop that size down and just... Come on. Where is it? Tree with leaves. Oh, if I up the strength, maybe. There we go. Gets rid of all of them. So now, what I want to do is... I think if we follow this, actually, just a little bit. Follow it just a little bit. And then I'm going to go up by 6 and 6, which is 12. Curve it over. Any way that this is going to be able to work. If I turn on road anarchy, where exactly is it overlapping? I don't think it actually is. I mean, the train lines kind of go through it a little bit, but in terms of, pillars on tracks and stuff, it's actually fine. And that's not intersecting too much at all. Okay, that's fine then. Now we just need to work out where we're going to... I reckon slink this up through here. That's going to be the goal. We'll go down. I will go down to the ground. So there we go. And up and through. Through like so. And then we're going to need some sort of interchange. But for now, let's just wrap it around. Just so that there is some sort of connection. Actually, no. You know what? Let's not do that. Let's simply bring the highway down next door. That's probably not ideal. Not ideal at all, I don't believe. So, terraform is in here. Level the terrain off to this height. That's not really at all what I wanted to do. To be perfectly honest, not at all what I wanted to do. Let's go ahead and... If I use the Soften Terrain tool, will that give me... Not really anything. So let's go ahead and bring the strength of the moving tool. There we go. Oh, balance it out. Try and match the height of the road next to it. Then grab the soften tool, up the size a bit, and just mush it all a little bit. Nice. And then we should be able to get the road through now. Somewhat nicely. No, still not gonna do it. That's okay. We will come back to that. I think we will come back to that. What we want to do is work out exactly what we're going to do in here. Now, I'd like a little town center. I mean, it's a small little town, but I think a small town center with some of these trees. So let's go ahead and quickly... Oh, go away. Quickly get rid of these... all the trees that are in here. Don't want any of them. We will add our own in later. Into the roads, and I want to use these ones, the roads with the trees, and a nice, I think I'll have the straight line. I'm going to go here, across, by 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, like so. Leaves us a nice little bit of space in the center to do something with, and that's going to be our town center, which I'm hoping I will have some buildings to be able to put in. And then coming off of that, we're going to go with 1U by 1U and across. 1U by, I guess it's 15 and down. And not 1U, 10U. When I say 1, I mean 10. When I say 1.5, I mean 15. Of course, you know that. So there we go. So this is sort of our center area. And then we're going to use some of the just plain roads to sort of fill it up. And what I think I would like to do is bring these off with more of a... I think some more curves would be nice. I'd like to get some houses up in the suburbs. Sorry, some suburbs up in the hills here. I think could look quite nice. So if we just get a couple things going on like that, and in there, and then we'll bring to here, and we'll curve this up sort of into the mountains a little bit. Go off this way and up. A little bit of an interesting road shape, but that's actually kind of what I want. I sort of want to feel like this is zigzagging its way through the hills, you know, like it's quite natural, I feel, and I feel like that's sort of the aesthetic that we're going for here. I mean, I could extend it down as well onto this side, but I think for now we'll leave it with just the one. Just the one side of the hill. They can always get some more later. So again, I guess we have to work out what we're going to do for an interchange here. And to be honest, it could be as simple as a small roundabout. You know, something like this. Tiny. It works perfectly, just bang, right there. No, I scrolled the wrong way. That's massive. That's the big one. This is the small one and is almost too big. But I feel doing something like that, bulldozing those two And then that one as well, actually. And all of the trees from the middle. I don't want them. What I actually want, I could have just done this by hand. It would have been a lot easier. Is just a straight line through the... Really? You're not going to do that? Ah. Okay, you know what? We're going to build this ourselves. It's a little bit easier. So let's go ahead and use a... Let's use a 15 by 15. So that's... Ooh. That's not going to work through the maths on. Has to be an even number. So let's add road anarchy. Does road anarchy allow me to do one use? No, it doesn't. Bulldoze that and do a 16 by 16, which means we go 8 by 8, which is perfect. And then I'm going to use 3-lane one-way. Is that what I want? Small, heavy roads? Yeah, I think 3-lane one-way. We go about 8 by 8. There, and finally there. If you're wondering where I was going there. Perfect. Excuse me. What I need now is the highway to come in. No, I'd like freeform curve. Come in here. I want you to come off there. I think that works. And then this somehow needs to come through here. What if we went underground? If we go underground, 6 by 6 back up to here. And then, once we get to about here, we bridge up. Turn off road, and we'll bring this back just a little bit. We'll go straight line, 12 view, page up. Here we go. Now we'll get our curve going on. Turn on road anarchy. Hope that that's not a pillar that blocked there. Nope, that works fine. Love it. Absolutely love it. Come down roughly there. Go in a straight line down 12 and curve our way back. And we'll get to that curve later. What I do want to do is just pull this down a little bit. Yeah, I want this to happen a little bit sooner. So let's go straight line. I don't want it to be right there. Like, it's so that it's very clear that we did this to avoid this hill, right? It's literally bang on this side of the hill and bang on this side. So I'm just gonna go, nope, page down, bulldoze that one, and then just work backwards. Oh, game was not paused. That's great. Not that it matters, but we'll say it does. We'll go here, page down. I think there to there. Is that? Yeah, that's a lot nicer. I like that a lot better. Flip these roads around, and now it's just narrowly avoiding that. And those slopes look fairly realistic. Very happy with that. Very happy with that indeed. And then we go on and around and off. And then we're just going to have a single 4-lane road, if I can find one. Not with turning, I think just 4-lane with decorative grass. And it's going to curve. It's going to be on ground first. Oh no, that's quite large for that area. We could do I do want 4 lanes, I think. But let's try it with just 2. They're coming off, then they're going to want to go sort of that way. I can turn off snapping, and we'll go out and around, almost 90 degrees like that, and in. That's easy enough to make that turn. That's fine. We can now get rid of this. It gives us a nice big roundabout, which looks really nice. And then in our town center, what do we want to do? This is obviously the most important part. So guys, we're going to go into a time lapse here. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button and also hit subscribe if you cannot wait to see what the rest of this series brings. And I hope you enjoyed the time lapse. I'll see you in the next one.